Now, there is nothing more embarrassing than sculling the ball out of the sand. Hey, my name is Eric Kaplan. I've had the pleasure of coaching multiple major champions, and I want to give you the easiest way to get the ball out of the bunker. Now, the most common two issues that I see from the bunker would be a combination of having somebody set up and scull the ball over the green. No faster way to make double than doing that. Or for somebody who's really tired of hitting the ball thin, they go ahead and they try to take a little bit too much sand. The ball never gets out of the bunker. So one of the most confusing things a pro can tell you if you're struggling from the bunker is that you want to imagine that there is a dollar bill around this golf ball and that you should try to enter the club here and exit it there. Why? The only way you can do that is if you are firing the hands on the way down. And if you fire the hands on the way down, it's going to cause the leading edge to want to dig into the sand a little bit more, which of course is going to cause the club to dig, and you're going to have to make such big swings to get the ball out of the sand that more often than not, the ball is not even going to get out. At which point the pro might say to you, you know what, you need to learn how to engage bounce. And of course, if you engage bounce with a very steep angle of attack, of course you might have the tendency of getting the ball out, but the more that you open up the face of the bunker, here's the issue. The less surface area of the face you have to work with, which is going to increase your margin of error. And so when it comes to this fundamental reason why people have issue getting the ball out of the sand is rooted back in your posture. So if I get into my posture with my weight set up with the weight over the balls of my feet, I engage my quadriceps, muscles that cause me to come up and out of my posture in my golf swing. And of course that would cause me to hit the ball thin if my hands didn't fire an appropriate amount. So the big secret from the bunker that's going to allow you to get out of the sand absolutely every time is yet again rooted in your posture. So what I want you guys to do, even if you're sitting at home, I want you to stand up straight, put your hands on your thighs. I want you to hinge your thighs back until the toes come up, and which way add some flex to your knees. By you getting a little bit deeper into your posture, it's not only going to engage your hamstring and your glutes muscles that would allow you to stay in your posture to begin with, but by hinging a little deeper, it's going to force you to take sand first. So what I want you to do next time you're on the golf course or even at home in your office, draw a line in the sand, both figuratively and literally. If you were to get here and hinge a little bit deeper into your posture, what you would notice is that I can make some really full swings, and there's no way, as long as I'm deeper into my posture, for me to make contact with the sand in front of that line. So the second common issue we see in the bunker is trepidation. That fear of hitting the golf ball first caused me to slow down my swing, which would force my hands to want to flip. So the more that we do this drill, of course, the more comfortable I'm going to be making some fuller actions without taking contact with the golf ball first. So I want you to do this 10 times. From here, we're going to throw 10 balls on the ground, and we're going to have you go through that same process where we will have you get into a little bit of a deeper posture. And again, what we're not saying, I'm not saying push your butt back. Because if I push my butt back, I'm adding more curvature to my lumbar spine, which can certainly lead to some low back discomfort. What I'm also not saying, I'm not saying flex your knees more. Because if I flex my knees more, the weight's even more over the balls of my feet, which would cause me to come up and out of my posture to begin with. So what I want you to do is this. Next time you're in a bunker, hinge your thighs back a little bit deeper. And from here, you're going to quickly see how there's really no opportunity for me to take any bit of golf ball on the way through. As the only way I can hit golf ball first is if my posture were to change. So as you can see, it's very easy for me to make consistent contact with the sand without this fear of catching the golf ball first. Because the moment I'm trying to think to myself, should I go ahead and get my hands more active to take sand, you're missing the point, which is the reason why you would not be able to take sand to begin with, is rooted in your posture. Now, of course, what you can quickly see, if I want to hit the ball higher, of course I can open my face. But if I open my face, I'm also going to have to open my stance a little bit. So of course, you're going to see trajectory come up a hair if I open up the face, open my stance, get a little bit deeper into my posture, And of course the ball is going to go maybe a little bit higher and perhaps a little bit shorter. Now let's imagine that I'm in a pot bunker. Let's say I'm playing golf overseas, over in Scotland. We have quite a bit of those. There's a second thing I can do, a second secret I can do, hit the ball even higher from these lies. Not only am I going to open the face and open my stance, but I'm also going to drop my handle a little bit. And by me dropping my handle, it's going to add a lot more dynamic loft. And so, of course, this is going to be a really easy way in which I can get the ball, really high out of the bunker without trying to change all these different things in my golf swing. Hinge my thighs back a little bit deeper, open the face a hair, open my stance, and again, the magic move to get the ball even higher than that is to drop my handle. Now from here, I can still make a very full swing without any fear of catching golf ball first. Now, the biggest issue we see in the bunker, of course, is trepidation. And if I get here and I start slowing my swing down because I'm so fearful, can the golf ball thin, it's creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so the thing you can do at home to master the bunker literally overnight is just working on your posture. And if I said posture is important in your putting or chipping or full swing, it's even more important in the bunker, because I want to be sure that I'm stabilizing my lower body by hinging my thighs back a little bit deeper. And what I also want to do is get a little bit deeper into my posture to enable me to take contact with the sand first. Because for as long as a pro is telling you that they want you to take 2 inches of sand behind a golf ball and not telling you the proper way to do it, you're putting the carriage before the horse, and you're playing a timing game of your hands. Not saying you can't get the ball out, but it creates a lot of conditions by which you can hit a lot of golf shots to properly time the hands. This completely gets rid of your timing and allows you to make consistent contact with the sand absolutely every time. I know this is going to give a whole lot more consistency, but also comfort when you jump into the bunker, because this is a point of a lot of confusion and trepidation. But if you have one thing you can rely on, even if you happen to hit the golf ball a little bit thin, more importantly, you know why. The most fundamental reason, you probably just did not get deep enough in your posture. So at home, stand up straight, put your hands on your thighs, hinge your thighs back until the toes come up, add some flex to your knees. Doing this 10 times each night in front of the mirror will add a lot of understanding in terms of how to make more consistent contact with the sand to get up and down literally every time from the bunker. Give this a shot. I know it's going to take enormous strokes off your score.
Hey guys, I hope that tip made a little bit of sense, and if you want to dive even deeper with me, I'm actually traveling to your club to host a special series of putting, short game, bunker play, and even full swing clinics for only 2 days. So if you want to go and sign up, please contact the Pro Shop for more information regarding exactly what time and date this clinic is going to be scheduled. And again, if you do sign up now, I'll actually bring a signed copy of my putting book just for you. And just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to talk about over the course of these clinics, the putting clinic, we're going to talk about what we call the 4 secret body locks, how we're going to lock out the range of motion of your hands, arms, elbows, and shoulders, force you to make short putts automatic. We're going to talk about some distance control secrets, that way you can better calibrate your speed on 30, 40, 50, 60, even 70-foot putts, whether playing over at Oakmont, where the greens are super fast, or local muni. We're going to talk about green reading secrets that PGA Tour caddies would get fired for not knowing. We're going to talk about what, in fact, is the ideal speed of entry into the hole, as well as that new question, should you leave in the pin or not? And from there, we're going to dive into what is the short game school, which is about wedge play as well as bunker play. In wedge play, we're going to show you why you might have the tendency to either chili dip your chips or blade them over the green. We're going to get rid of that once and for all. We're going to talk about how to hit shots from different lies and conditions, which I think is even more important. Being able to get up and down, whether you're in deep rough, tight lies, against the grain, uphill, downhill, side hill. Because it's not about moving your ball position around. There's actually some nuances of your setup that you want to observe to change your spin and angle of attack and trajectory from the different lies and conditions. We're also going to talk about how to better control your distance from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards from the green. That way you're going to hit a pin high every time. And we're also going to talk about the bunker, which is not only the easiest way to get out of the sand, but I know some players are really proficient from soft sand versus firm sand, so we want to give you some different shots in your arsenal that you can utilize that are optimal from soft sand versus firm sand bunkers. And so we're also going to talk about Gary Player's $1 million plug live bunker secret, which is how you go ahead and hit high soft finesse shots from the worst plug lies you've seen. We're going to talk about distance control, because really the mark of any short game magician is the ability to control your distance from the bunker, whether you are 20, 30, 40, even 50 yards away. We're also going to talk about not just greenside bunkers, but the long greenside bunker shot, that 50, 60 yard bunker shot, as well as fairway bunkers. And for those of you who really want to transform your entire game, we're also offering a full swing program where we're going to show you not only how to compress your irons to hit more greens than you ever thought possible, as well as ways to leverage your anatomy that help you crush driver further than probably ever before. We're going to talk about how to fix that one swing flaw you have and develop a single swing thought that you can rely on. That way, regardless how much pressure you're feeling, you'll be able to pull off the shot at hand. We're going to talk about ball striking as well as some common fault fixes. That way, before you go play and your member guest or your member, you won't embarrass yourself at the very least. And so I'm really excited to host these programs for you. I think I'm only going to be at your club for 2 days, and I think we only have 8 seats available per session. So again, go and contact the Pro Shop. I know if you sign up now, I'll be able to bring a signed copy of my putting book just for you. And I can't wait to share some time and really help you transform the game. And I've been doing this, the last 3 years at some of the best courses in the world. So I'm really excited to visit your club and spend some time with you to really help you understand how we're going to find improvement in this game that we love.